Kate could in theory go here and then try and move in. The problem there is you still have the same problem with so much space, right? Because then Anna-Leigh can go cross court there. You want a single strategy? We're gonna give you single strategy. And not just any single strategy, the single strategy from the best player in the game, Leigh Waters. 7 tips in this video to up your singles game. Let's get into it. We're gonna cover 7 strategies in this video to help you improve your singles play. These strategies are all devised from the best players in the game in singles right now. This match is from the 2025 Texas Open. It's the gold medal match. A very recent match. This is the most recent in terms of strategies that are going to help your play. Strategy number 6 is going to totally change the way that you approach your shots, but we're going to start with strategy number 1. Strategy number 1 is you're going to want to go big. Let's watch Leigh Waters here, the best singles player on the planet. Just watch the way she approaches her shots here. There's no messing around. There's a little bit of a confusion here on the return of serve, but after that, you're going to see Leigh Waters is going to basically open the court, and then she's going to finish with just a big shot, right next to the line there to finish the rally. We're going to see another rally here with Leigh. Same situation where Leigh is going to go big serve, big finish, right? So it's a nice 1-2 combination here. Big serve, nice and deep, and then she's going to come in, put a lot of pressure on Kate. Kate goes for her big shot, misses by a little bit, but that's the way you got to play singles. Here we're going to see Kate be big in her, go big in her rally, in her serve. Big serve, a lot of power behind that, and then she's just going to blister that ball into the corner, causing an error by Leigh. Kate played college tennis, great player in her own right, All-American, singles record holder at University of Michigan, played some professional tennis. But you can see it when you're playing singles here, both of these athletes are going big, and that's key to playing really good singles. Tip number 2 relates to tip number 1, but it's such an important part of singles that you really have to focus on it, which is going big on your serve. So let's look at an Leigh Waters serve here and look at the power behind it. She steps into it and gives everything she can into that ball. Now let's compare that to a serve in a recent doubles match, Leigh Waters serving in doubles here. You're going to notice that it's a nice serve, it's a great serve, but it doesn't have the same depth. I'm going to show it to you again so you can see the difference in where the ball lands, and look at how it just kind of comes over, pretty floaty, right, and lands mid-court. This serve, not the same. This serve has a lot more juice behind it. Here she's actually stepping into that serve in order to get extra power into the serve. So in singles, you're going to want to serve way bigger than you do in doubles. And in this idea, you need to understand that you're going to miss some. So you need to bake into your thinking about your serve in singles, accepting that you're going to miss some serves. I would suggest to you somewhere between 10 and 20% misses is going to be fine as long as you're generating pressure with your serve. Strategy number 3 to play really good singles has to do with angle awareness when you're playing singles. Angles are always an issue no matter if you're playing doubles or singles, but in singles particularly so because you're covering the court by yourself. So here we're going to see a situation where Kate's going to get passed down the line in a second here. And then I'm going to run it again and show you exactly what happens step by step. So you can see Kate got passed there. That's because of an angle that Kate created when she tried to move forward up to the non-volley zone line or the kitchen line that got her in trouble. So here you're going to see a cross-court shot by Leigh that pulls Kate all the way out here. So Kate's pretty much to the extreme of the court on the right here. Kate's now going to go cross court with her shot and is trying to move cross court up to the non-volley zone line. So Kate wants to get here, ball's here. Problem is I got all this open, and Leigh is way too good of a ball striker to give her that much space. And you'll see here that she is able to pass Kate without Kate even being able to put a paddle on the ball. And she can also hit it, with a nice margin there, about 4 foot or so. So let me show you what I would have suggested here. So if Kate's all the way over here, a couple options. Kate could in theory go here and then try and move in. The problem there is you still have the same problem with so much space, right? Because then Leigh can go cross court there. So the 2 options that I would suggest here, because she's been pulled so far out to the side, I would suggest a middle shot here just to limit the angles there, to kind of go back to neutral on angles. So I'd go back to the middle here, and then she can choose whether she wants to come in or stay back. If the shot that she hits is really good, it feels really nice on the paddle, she can follow it in, because the ball from here, it's harder to hit those angles than it is if she goes cross court and then open up down the line. So if you're going to play singles, a lot of singles, and you want to get good at it, Understanding angles like that will help you improve your play. Strategy number 4 is going to be maybe a little controversial, but it changes the normal dynamic of return and run, which we do in doubles, right? We return and go up to the non-volley zone line. So here you're going to see Anna-Leigh move up, pretty traditional, right? And then balls out, easy peasy. But what you're going to see in the next 2 rallies, first with Kate and then with Anna-Leigh, is them return here and stay back. Because the quality of the return wasn't there for her, so she's basically going to stay back and find a spot to pass Anna-Leigh. The very next rally, we're going to see Anna-Leigh do exactly the same thing. If you're enjoying this content, this is all PPA Tour content. It's the best pickleball available anywhere. If you haven't been to a PPA event, check it out. I'm going to put a link up here and down below. Check out the PPA events. You won't be disappointed. So here we have Anna-Leigh, same thing, returns, stay back, right? And now she assesses, can move forward and find an easier spot from which to win the rally. So if you're going to play singles, resist the temptation to always go up to the non-volley zone line after your return. If you hit a return that you're not comfortable with, it's not deep enough, and it's going to get you in trouble, consider staying back 1 shot or more than 1 shot and finding a better spot to either move forward or pass your opponent. This next tip, tip number 5, is probably the sexiest tip in here, and it has to do with being unpredictable, hitting the ball where your opponent doesn't think it's going to go. Watch Kate Fahey here send the ball a couple of times to where Anna-Leigh does not expect it to be, and I'm going to break it down for you now in slow motion so you can check it out. But basically, Kate does a great job here 2 times, and she essentially fools Anna-Leigh 2 times, gets Anna-Leigh to second guess herself. So here, I'll pause it here. So Anna-Leigh is, can't even see her, she's off the court over here. So where would the natural shot go here? Natural shot here would go here, right, to take advantage of that. What you're going to see in a second when I release the video is Anna-Leigh is already released this way. She's already heading this way. Kate's actually going to send the ball back over here, and you'll see Anna-Leigh has to basically put the brakes on and come back to the ball. So Anna-Leigh's already heading there. Uh-oh, let me get back to the ball, right? Puts her in a weirder spot there in terms of having to hit the shot. Kate's come in now. Now here, where's Anna-Leigh heading there? To the natural spot for the shot. The natural spot for the shot is here. Easy peasy put away. Leigh Waters is going to go and track that down. So what does Kate do? Boop, right behind her. Nice and simple. Great shot by Kate here. If you can learn how to get ahead of your opponent, right? So in other words, the natural shot is here. My opponent's going to go there. And Leigh Waters is one of the best movers in the game. One of the best. She understands the game better than anybody in terms of where to go. So what Kate's doing here is using that knowledge to her advantage. So if you want to gain an edge over your opponents and be that sexy singles player, start hitting balls where they don't expect them. All right, you've made it to strategy tip number 6, which is the one I promised you at the beginning would radically change your game. We're going to go a little bit deep on this one. This is a nuanced strategy. Most players don't really get this idea, but it's how you shape your shot. I'm going to show you a couple of shots here, then I'm going to go to the board, then we're going to come back, I'm going to break it down for you. We're focusing here on Anna-Leigh's return. What I want you to look at is the way she powers through that ball and the amount of pace that ball has behind it is what you're looking to do with your shots in singles. I'm going to show you show it to you again here so you can see it has a drive to it. It's low, it bites, it kicks, right? It's pushing into Kate, making Kate's job harder. Here's a doubles return. It's a fine return, but it's loopier, right? It's up here. It's loopier, nice and deep, but it doesn't have the same shape as the shot in the singles match. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to go to the board. I'm going to show you a side view of a court, and we're going to look at shape for a second. And we're going to come back here. I want to break this rally down for you again so you can see the shape of the shot as well as how Anna-Leigh gets out of a situation when Kate is serving at 11-10 in game 2, trying to force a game 3. I'm going to show you the shape of the 2 shots now. It's a subtle difference, but that subtle difference can make all the difference in singles. If you're going to drive the ball and you drive it a little bit loopy, right, and rolly, what happens is then it sits up, and one, you don't get enough bite, enough push on your shot to really impact your opponent, to overcome their defenses. The other problem is when the ball sits up a little bit, now if your opponent knows how to strike the ball well, they're going to put you on your heels. The shape of the shot that we're talking about here is a lower more piercing type of shot that has a little more bite when it hits, so it's got a lot of power in it. But in order for it not to go out of bounds, you got to hit it low and aggressive. And this different shape of this shot will make all the difference in your singles play. Now, if you made it this deep in the video, recommend you check out the Better Pickleball Academy. Have a lot of great content just like this, just a lot deeper than this. And at the end of the video, I'm going to give you a code so you can join inside the Better Pickleball Academy. Make it easy for you. All right, so let's see how Anna Leigh gets out of this situation down 11-10 in the second game. She hits this really nice blistering return, puts some pressure on Kate. Kate does a really good job with this shot. That's a really difficult volley there by Anna Leigh. Kate gets the shot that she wants down the line, but she hits it long and it goes out of bounds. And then, as you'll see in a second, Anna Leigh is able to then mount a comeback in this second game. If you want to know why Kate missed that shot down the line, what the mechanical problem was, let me know in the comments below and I'll make a follow-up video. The last strategy tip has to do with runs. Pickleball is a game of runs, but singles in particular is definitely a game of runs. We joined the action at 3-10 with Kate serving in game 2. It's going to go from 3-10 all the way to 11-10 in one service side out. A game of runs where you want to keep the run running in your favor. So if you accumulate a couple of points, you really want to hunker down and keep that run going. Here, Kate's able to get it up to 11-10. So she has game point in game 2, trying to extend to game 3. This is the rally that we saw earlier where Anna Leigh hits that really good return, digs that one out, and then Kate hits it long. From here, it ends up being 13-13. It's a great battle. Leigh Waters, though, a little bit too much for Kate today, even though Kate put up a great battle. This is a tremendous match to study singles from. I'm going to put a link up here to the Better Pickleball Academy. Your code, I promise you, is here. And down here is another video where you can learn from the pros. I'll see you next time.